Hello neighbor, this is Curt with Etrailer, and today we're going to take a look at the Benton LittleShift Bike Rack on our 2025 Hyundai Palisade. Now, if this is a bike rack that you've purchased and you've got some experiences to share, go ahead and drop those in the comments below. We love to use those stories to help our other neighbors make the best decision for themselves. Now, if you've been looking for really kind of an all-around, do-it-all single bike rack to put in the hitch on your Palisade, there's not a whole lot of bad things you could say about the Benton LittleShift. It's extremely versatile. It can carry bikes up to 80 pounds, so it'll accommodate even the heaviest e-bikes. It also has the ability to either be wheel mounted or frame mounted. So if you have a bike with a carbon fiber frame or a custom paint job, you're really going to want to go with the wheel mount option. However, if you have fenders, you're going to want to be able to remove this hook, move it back to the frame, and mount your bike there instead. So having the ability to do that is really going to open it up, especially if you're an enthusiastic cyclist who maybe owns a few different styles of bike. Now, one of the main things to worry about whenever you have a platform bike rack is because you've got some limited visibility coming out of the back, both through your rear windshield and through your rear view camera, it's a good idea to know just what kind of footprint this is leaving behind. So with the furthest point of the bike rack being right here, from the bumper, this is really only adding 18 inches. So an extra 1.5 feet you got to accommodate for whenever you're backing into a tight space or trying to parallel park. The other thing to keep in mind is if you do have a heavier bike, 60, 70, 80 pounds, you're going to want to make sure that you're going to be comfortable lifting that at least 16 inches to get into these wheel trays. Now, being a single bike rack, everything in here is a real solid piece. We do have a little bit of a rise in the shank, and that's going to help us to get a ground clearance of 13.5 inches. So because the bike rack doesn't stick too far out past the bumper, that's actually a pretty good amount of clearance. But it's a good thing to keep in mind whenever you come upon a steep driveway or a really steep incline. Now, because there are no moving parts to this, there's also no tilt-away feature. So in order to access the liftgate, you would have to remove the bike. But that's not a huge concern of mine, considering how easy it is to remove a bike from here. The bike is attached by 2 ratcheting wheel straps, each with a rubber pad that's going to help protect your wheels. So we're going to disengage those by depressing this button, feeding it through the spokes, and clearing it out of our way. We're going to do the same thing over here on the front. Get it through and out of the way. Then what we'll do is grab the frame of our bike to keep it upright. We're going to push in the button here on our hook and tower, move that up, and we're going to clear the wheel. Now I'm free to take my bike down, hit the trail, store it, whatever I need to do with it. Now, this bike rack only weighs 25 pounds, so it is really easy to take out if you want to remove it completely. But because it leaves such a small footprint, you really don't have to. That also is the reason why it doesn't have a fold-up or stowaway position. So we're still going to have a 1.5 feet off the bumper, but without the bike, we gain back all that visibility that we had lost. And there is one more really cool feature to the LittleShift, especially if you're somebody that likes to use your roof rack and store things up there. It's got a really nice step-up plate right here that'll allow you to jump right up, access anything up here in your roof that you need to, but it also makes a really handy place to sit when you just want to, take a rest after your ride. So with all that being said, I think this is an excellent option for anybody that maybe has multiple bikes that they like to take on the road with them and ride just because of the versatility of it all. I'm Curt with Etrailer. Thanks for stopping by.